A little update on the garden. Today is April 17th, 2023, so let's see what's going on. So in this bed we have some of our cool weather crops planted. I started them from seed directly in the ground here back in March, and you can see our bok choy. They are doing nicely. They're very pretty. I have not planted all the beds yet. And then over here we have some beets and some cabbage. And here we have some Swiss chard and some more cabbage. Here's some arugula, these two beds or squares. Don't have anything planted here. Then over here we have our kale. Nothing there yet. And here we have some more beets and some broccoli. So yes, all of these, they were started from seed directly in this bed back in March. This one doesn't really have anything planted in it to speak of yet. Right here in this square we have some rutabaga, and also in that square is some rutabaga too. These are some carrots that are coming back from last year, so they will flower this year and I'll collect the seed. I don't have anything in here yet. And then I planted some more carrots from seed in here, and they're just starting to come up. So they're just starting to come up. Then over here in these two beds, you can see the chickens get in here and scratch it out. It's been a fight with them this season as we took down the fence. So currently we don't have a fence up. We're redoing it, but in the meantime, they're getting in. Okay, so here we have some more bok choy, and this was planted a few weeks later than the other. And then we have a couple squares of calendula. And then here we have some more bok choy. And these are all peas that are coming up. These are peas that I seed saved, that I grew and seed saved last year. So I planted 32, and so far 30 have come up. So I think that's pretty good. So they're just so pretty. Okay. And then over on the other side, or the inside of it, we have some more kale that's just starting to come up. Again, this was all planted just, well, it says April 3rd. So, and today's April 17th. But the funny thing to note is I completely forgot that I even planted anything on this side, because after I planted, I used the spoons to mark them. Well, I ran out of spoons over there, so I had to go buy some more spoons, and I forgot. And it was not until last week that I saw little plants popping up here. And as I was watering over there, and I saw little green plants popping up, and I was like, what are these? And so then I was like, that looks like kale. So I went back in my pictures and my records, and it turns out I actually did plant kale here that day, but I never put the spoons in, so I did not realize. I later forgot that I had planted anything in here, so I had not watered it at all. So in the 14 days that it has been planted, it has been watered twice by a couple light rains. But that just kind of proves the determination of seeds to survive, because it has been in the 80s for 2 weeks, and they still, obviously not all of them, but some of them have still managed to germinate. And this L-shaped wooden mulch area, which we have to mulch and feed it here soon, but it has some strawberry plants in it, and aren't they pretty? Anyhow, and then we've had some blueberries in here last year. Some of them died. We put them in last year, new. Some of them died, so we've got to replace them, but we tried to put strawberries in between each of the blueberries. And then our rhubarb is coming back. And then here's a mullein. And then over here, which I cleaned some of it out, but not finished. I've got to get rid of that whole heap there. But all of this right here, it's a pretty good size area. But all of this are wildflowers that we planted the year before last, and it's just a large variety of different wildflowers in here that are native to Missouri. Well, most of them. There's a couple that's not, but it's fine. But in here we have bachelor buttons and echinacea, cosmos, sweet william, dianthus, mullein, different types of black-eyed Susan, those types of flowers. I don't even know. There are so many. There's such a variety in here. And it's just so beautiful when it is all bloomed out. Up there, we have another flower circle, and it's just starting to green up, so we've got all kinds of things in there. That's our herb garden, and there's lemon balm, oregano, 2 types of thyme, sage, lavender, chives, probably something else I'm forgetting. And then we have our there's 8 fruit trees up there, 2 figs, 2 peach, 2 apples, and 2 plums. And then right here along this cattle panel fence, we have blackberries, and you can see they are all leafing out beautifully. And in between the blackberries, I've planted yarrow, and you can see it is coming back. Of course, you know it should. It's just beautiful. I love it. Whenever everything's in bloom, this yarrow gets to be just not too much shorter than the blackberries, and they just have this sea of white flowers. It's just beautiful. But yes, this is from last year. So whenever this flowers and dies back and falls over, I just let it lay all winter, because all the seed heads, help to feed the birds and such. And then over here, we have some more strawberries and a couple onion plants. These are onions that have come back from last year, so they should go to seed. We have some more yarrow. And then all of this, these are my elderberries. I already pruned them back in February. And anyhow, you can see all this dense new growth that there is. It's not weeds, it is new elderberry shoots. Last year I sold, I think close to 100 of these, not to mention the ones that, we just mowed down. But anyhow, yeah, I need to dig up some of these and give them away. But these are very productive elderberry bushes, very much so. I actually have 6 main plants in here. 6 mature ones, I should say. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, so you can see there's no fence here. This is the fence. We took this section down because it was just electric wire trying to keep the chickens out, but sometimes it would keep them out, sometimes it wouldn't. Anyhow, so we took it down, and the cedar post we cut down off our property, and we're going to put them in here, just like we did these over here, all 3 down there. We're going to put them in, and my husband bought some more cattle panel, and we're going to close this gap up with some more cattle panel. And this dirt pile here is some dirt that we bought last year, and then we planted some of the garden stuff in here, and my husband, he scraped it all up again, and we're going to put a couple more raised beds kind of where this dirt pile is. Hopefully that can be really soon, because it's almost time to, next month will be time to plant in the new raised beds, which are not here. Hi, Chiefers. Are you coming to see me? Huh? Are you coming to see me, bud? Hey. Chief. Sit. Sit. Good boy. No. You rotten thing. Okay. So, let's go over here and see what's growing in the medicinal. So this dead part here is a marshmallow plant that I planted from seed, and it grew, it bloomed beautifully, and you can see it is coming back. And then over here, we planted St. John's wort from seed, chamomile, and feverfew, and it bloomed and was gorgeous, and it's coming back. Let's see, there's a couple feverfew plants and the chamomile. And then I also planted some calendula, and it bloomed. It was so beautiful. Anyway, and it went to seed, and so I scattered the seed around, so it's coming back. And some of the calendula that you saw over in the garden is what I took from here. And also our asparagus. So last year we planted 2 beds, this bed and this bed of asparagus, and you can see the chickens pretty much completely wallered out all the soil from this bed. I mean, it was could not keep them out of this. So I'm really surprised that some asparagus, looks like 3, managed to survive. Anyhow, but most of these here have come back. Not all of them, obviously, but most of them came back, and so I'm just letting them go, letting them bloom again and see what they want to do. Chief, hey, stop drinking their water. Go drink your own water. But I just wanted to give you that quick little update here to show you what the garden looks like right now, and it's just going to be beautiful when it's all done and in bloom and lush. It's going to be gorgeous. Anyway, so I hope you all have a wonderful, productive garden as well this year, and thank you for watching.